After the assassination of Tiberius Gracchus in 133 BC, a period of crisis in the late republic began, and this same period saw a series of outright civil. The assassination also saw the beginnings of a new factional in the Roman society and politics. The rise of two factions. One, the Optimates, who represent the interest of the Senate, who were the aristocratic element in Roman society. The second faction would be the populares, those who favored the power of the army, the common man. The assemblies and the democratic elements in the Roman constitution, and those who believed that the distribution of a wealth terrorist was in fact unused, and that the Roman state made take actions to adjust the distribution of property and harmonize society. He is a philosophical figure and responsible for integrating Greek philosophy, thought and the tradition of Greek political thought into the Roman world and into the Latin language. Cicerone inserted the tradition of Plato and, above all, Aristotle. Cicerone is someone who favors the traditions and the pagers, especially of the Senate, but in a modern way and resents the deep discord that has infected Roman society. His writing, letters, and his political tracts make him one of the best known figures in the history political thought, certainly in the ancient world. Cicero is one of the most important theorists of Roman republicanism because of how he synthesized Greek philosophy translates it into the concrete terms of Roman institutions, and those if in a way that was highly politically relevant within the context of the late Republic. Cicero's own outlook is deeply influenced in various ways by a Greek philosophical school known as Stoicism, which develops in the aftermath of Aristotle in the Greek world was destined to become the most important Greek philosophical school in the Roman world. There's almost a certain kind of natural affinity between the ideas of Stoicism, which place enormous emphasis on duty and the virtue of living out your good life according to the duties of the good man, the good reason, and the kind of native value of Roman thought. The Stoics have a very interesting outlook on the nature of the universe itself and its and leads partly influenced by contemporary strains of astronomy. The belief that all people somehow share some kind of human element that makes them coherence of the universe together, and these various ethical strands of Stoicism will echo in many places in the thought of the Cicero. His political thought develops against the strains of Epicureanism, which is the philosophy that originates with the great figure of Epicurus, whose philosophical system was destined to become an important one throughout the ancient world and curiously reached its age of popularity in come precisely at the moment where Cicero was developing as political and philosophical thinker. The heart of Epicurus' whole philosophy is an idea called aromism. Epicurus says the purpose of life is to achieve a kind of dissipation to achieve, in the ancient terminology, a kind of apathy, and kind of cultivated sense that the externals of the world can affect you. People shouldn't be overly distressed about their death. When we die, we cease to exist and we won't care. Cicero's political thought is grounded in his ideas about the nature of the Republican Constitution. He thinks about constitutional law is influenced by the Greek tradition of the constitutional taught that rose all the way back through Aristotle, even beyond. For him there are three kinds of constitutions: rule by the one, rule by the few, and rule by the many. He thinks that they are correct and deviant forms of each of those three, as we be seen in many different contexts. Cicero's philosophical system is deeply ethical. He is highly congruent with human ethics, and he is an important representative of virtue theory. He believes that the good life is the virtuous life, and his constitutional thought is grounded in the idea that the Roman aristocracy is the best element in Roman society, and therefore they should have the most power within a balanced system, so that the aristocracy don't rule unilaterally, but that is mixed in with other elements of society. He also states that just persons will be kind and generous to others in proportion to their ability to be so, and toward the disadvantage of the person who's receiving this generosity. And some imagine various that tests use whether this is a valid way of thinking about what is justice.